the end of the hour and impress our loved ones who are like, I had no idea you even knew how to plug something in. We'll start with $99.12. This garden tool, along with the warranty, along with the safety glasses, if you were to purchase separately on sunjoeoutdoor.com or you were to see it in a major retailer, it'd be $139.93. But we have it for less than $100 today. Of course, if you've got a Q card, you can bring it home for $33 and change and pay for it over 3 months. Have it ready for the springtime. It's M50731. And if you never shopped with us here on QVC Plus, all you need to do to place an order is dial 1-800-500-7590. Sean Pickford, I don't know if you know this about me, but I grew up in the middle of the sticks, Georgia. We had a tiller, and it was like
a monster.
A huge one. I mean, you could hear it from like 2 miles away.
Well, that's what most people are used to, and that's the great thing about all the Sun Joe tools. Because Joe takes a look at them and says, wait a second. We can make this better. We can make it easier to use. We can make it so you don't have to mix the gas and oil. You don't have to be a mechanic. We can make it so you can plug it in and still have all the great things that a normal tiller can do without the frustration.
Well, let's talk color, because that's my favorite. Because the one that we had in the log cabin was black, and I thought it ran on diesel. So we have fun colors for you to take advantage of. And to me, that makes the whole idea less intimidating and so much more empowering.
Well, and that's it. I mean, so you get to choose whether you want the pink one, the light blue, our platinum, the red, the Sun Joe green. We've done black for the first time in a tiller. We've never done that, so it's been really popular.
That seems surprising.
And also purple, and that's the great thing. Joe says, look, why can't we have fun colors too?
Yeah, absolutely.
The great thing is you plug them in, you go, and we'll show you how to use it in a second.
Well, let's get started with, or where do you want to go first? Because I know nothing about outdoor tilling.
All right, so we'll walk over here, and we have one actually plugged in. So all you're going to do is when you get this guy at home, you're going to plug it into an outdoor extension cord. All right, this is just one of our Sun Joe cords.
You've got a 50 feet one on QVC.com.
Yeah, that's it. So just plug it in. So now, a couple things with this guy. So it's fully adjustable because we're all different sizes.
Yes.
So now I can move the handle to put it in a position that fits me right. Okay.
Perfect.
I can also adjust this handle. So if I loosen this guy up here, I'll just twist this off a little bit here. And now I can go ahead and I can position this guy where I want it to go. So up, down, or anywhere in between. Again, because we're all different sizes. So you want to make sure that grip is right for you. Now you're ready to go because you have it plugged in. It's all set. Before we get started, I'll just show you down here because they're not all dirty yet because we're not in the dirt. These are the steel tines that we're talking about. So a lot of ones on the market, maybe aluminum, not steel, because you're going to get into rocks and roots and things like that.
Yeah.
And stubborn soil, that Georgia clay, I'm sure you're familiar with
I know that well.
Okay, that can be stubborn to dig in. But we just have some soil in this thing, and you can see all I do is turn it on. And the tiller starts to work on its own. It starts to dig the hole, dig down to aerate and turn over the soil. Now, we just have a small box here to show you the sampling of what this can do. But you can do a large garden, you can do a small garden, you can use it for your vegetables, but you can also plant flowers and anything out front that you want in your landscaping. This will do that for you as well.
Well, and yet for $99, you will quickly see, and change of course, $99.12, you will quickly see that Sun Joe is an authority with outdoor electric tools, which is awesome. It allows us really to do the everyday task when it comes to the outdoors that we didn't think was possible. And a lot of why a lot of us keep coming back to Sun Joe, whether, we've got the chainsaw, which we have one in the show, or you're thinking, you know what, I love the idea of a tiller, but I'm not sure, okay, is it going to be able to, conquer my yard? Am I going to be able to handle it? Well, we've got great animation that actually breaks down how to use this.
Yeah, so what you'll see here, this is the motor. It's a powerful electric motor. It's 2.5 amps. It's all the power that you need without all the frustration and weight. There's the 4 steel tilling blades that we have there. So it'll loosen the compacted soil for you. It aerates and adds the nutrients because you want to churn it up. That's why the farmers do it. That's why they turn over the fields. It's awesome for planting. I really like it for the weeding aspect because it's small and compact.
I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah, so now you can get in between whether it's your vegetables or your plants or whatever it may be. And it weighs less than 11 pounds. And some people may say, well, 11 pounds, that seems a little heavy.
Right.
But if you don't have the weight there, it's going to bounce around. So here's different ways you can use it. So whether it's loosening the compacted soil, great for that. Aerating and adding nutrients. A lot of people buy minerals and things at their home stores and want to put it in the soil. Now you can. It's awesome for planting, whether it's putting a row of lettuce and carrots in or digging a hole to plant plants, you can do that too.
Yeah.
And weeding. Now you never have to get on your hands and knees and pull weeds again.
What a concept.
Right.
1-800-500-7590 if you'd like to place your order. It's a bit brisk
It's
outside.
a little cold here.
So you probably will get this home, and depending on where you are in the country, you may not use it until March, which is fair,
Right.
you know, but this is something that when you discover QVC and you discover the range of products that we have, take a look at the Sunjoe colors that you see right there. We have your pink, we have your light blue. Next to that is our platinum. We have red. We have the Sunjoe green. Next to that, hard to believe you guys introduced black as a color,
Yeah.
but glad that we have it. And we also have purple. So take a look at what you're getting, because just the tiller alone is $99.99. We're going to include not only a 2-year warranty, but an additional extended Protection Plus warranty that's valued at $29.99. We include safety glasses, because who knows if you're tilling up red Georgia clay, what in the world with all those words going to come
it's just a
flying
good
up?
safety feature that Joe likes to put in with all the tools and stuff.
Exactly. So this is a nice time for you to go ahead and start thinking about your spring garden. And you know, Sean, just for somebody at home who maybe is a light gardener, you know, what is it that you're using if you don't have an electric tiller to get the job done?
Some of the things you see back here, you might use a shovel, a
Yep.
rake, things like that are up on the wall there that take up space in your
Here,
garage.
I need to
and
move out of the
everything
way.
else.
Sorry.
So, I mean, those types of things, they're great, but they're back-breaking work when it comes to using some of those.
Absolutely.
All right. Now, the great thing about this is this will dig the hole for you. This will turn this soil over for you. And it's really easy. It's a matter of pushing 2 buttons. There's one button here and one button here. So this is your safety button. So anybody that picks it up for the first time, they're, well, it's not working. Press this, then it starts to work. Then you can release this guy. So it's comfortable whether you're right-handed or left-handed. That's the great thing about it. And again, all you do is plug it into an extension cord. That's all you need to do to get those blades turning and go down and dig into the soil. If I want to go ahead and dig a hole here, I can go ahead and I can dig a 6-inch hole, 6 inches deep, 6 inches wide, in a matter of seconds. Instead of me getting out the shovel and all the other work involved.
Right, manual labor.
I'm guiding this.
And you know what's nice? There's probably a certain sanity factor built into this, because if I'm having to do all that by hand, I can assure you, I'm going to start complaining
You're gonna
real
have a
quick to
small
Aaron
garden.
Graves. Yeah, like Aaron Graves is going to be like, all right already, enough. But when you watch this video going back and forth, look at the depth to which you're turning over soil, but then here in a minute, the maneuverability.
And you can see the soil changing color. So we did turn it over. We actually shot this video in February, so the ground was partially frozen. That's what was so impressive to me, because even at 2.5 amps in electric, we still had all the power we need to get down there. Look, you can see it turning over the soil, the different colors. So we were able to get in there, aerate the soil, turn it up, because let's face it, just digging a small little hole doesn't let the air or doesn't let the soil breathe. So you need those nutrients and you need to turn it over. It gives your plants a much better chance of growing. So that's what we started with. That's what it looked like when we were finished.
You know, the color change just looks like it's been professionally landscaped.
Right, but that's
incredible.
Here you can see it in a flower bed. So if you want to dig down through the mulch and other things to plant flowers out front, all you do is hold it in place, move it back and forth. Now you can go ahead and turn those ugly dead flowers into beautiful, nice flowers for this year.
Here's some before and afters that I think are just incredible. I mean, honestly, when you've overturned the soil in the after, it looks like you've recently mulched with black mulch. You don't realize all the nutrients have been mixed up, everything.
And that's exactly why the farmers do that. They know in order to get their crops to grow right, they have to turn the soil over. They have to mix the nutrients. That's what this does for you. It's also about planting in your flower beds and things like that. This will dig a hole for you, so it will do the job. So you don't have to get on your hands and knees. Go ahead and dig the hole and let somebody else put it in and just move down the line. You can plant things so much faster when you have the right tools.
Well, let me ask you a couple of questions, because remember, this is a $139 value if you were to buy it anywhere else. And when I take a look at the depth of this, you were talking about you can use this to help dig a hole.
Right.
How far down can you press this into the ground? Like, should it always stay pretty surface level?
Well, you'll see it'll go to about here. All
Okay.
right? So this is a full 6 inches from here to here.
Okay.
That's why we say it'll dig a 6-inch hole. Past here, it won't really go much further. All right?
ya.
You can work it a little bit to go a little deeper if you want, but that's ideally what it's going to do on its own. It'll dig that 6-inch hole. You can see how wide it is across here. So you get a 6-inch path when you're digging it. So here, I'll turn it this way, sorry guys. So you can see the span of the blade, so it'll cut a 6-inch path. So that's perfect size to be able to go ahead and plant what you want, whether it's a small garden or a large garden. It takes just a little bit more, but because you're not doing the work, this is doing the work, you are guiding this along and letting it churn the soil for you.
I mean, this is the kind of thing you do with one hand and you have a beer in the other one and you see your neighbors and you're like, hey, happy Saturday.
You're right. I mean, you can operate this with one hand if you really want to.
Because I was thinking for like something as simple as weeds, like that for me is why you discover QVC. We bring in the experts like Sean here because I just think about the monstrosity that was our tiller at the log cabin. And that was for planting food.
Yeah.
You know, that would not really have been an option for my parents for weeds.
That was for the garden.
Yeah.
That's about all it did. And unless you planted your tomato plants or pepper plants far enough apart, it would churn them up when you went to weed.
Exactly.
And the reason why you have to weed is those weeds are trying to rob the nutrients from your plants. So if you don't get rid of the weeds, why do the weeds grow so good? The nutrients are in the soil. That's what they're taking away. You get rid of the weeds, you could have a better crop.
And you know what? You see how quickly this moves? I mean, this is weed eating at such a faster pace than it would be if you put toxic chemicals into the environment to get rid of them. I want to remind you of your colors. Just because red continues to be very popular, and if you purchase this anywhere else, you'd be looking at $139 and change. We have it for less than $100. If you've got a Q card, you can bring it home on 3 easy payments of $33 and change. We have purple, we have black, we have that Sunjoe green, we have red, which is most popular, we have platinum, we have that light blue, and we have your pink. Now, if it's a frozen tundra, we're not tilling right now.
No, if it's
when's a good time to start that?
Well, once the weather starts to break so you're not seeing frost anymore, all right, that's a good time to go out there and start digging in the dirt.
Okay.
Right? For some areas of the country, you don't get that. You can use this right now, right away. If you're, in Florida, California, those areas. If you're getting snow right now, it's probably not going to work for you.
Yeah.
All right, that's just the way it is. But you have it in time, so as soon as the weather does break, you can get out there and start doing those projects. You can turn over the garden from last year and get a head start.
Right. Well, the other thing that I really appreciate about this is, especially if you've got a big collection of perennials that you want to kind of just move around, maybe you want to add some ground cover that you've thought about from Cottage Farms or Roberta's. This is something, it's almost like the Dyson of outdoor tools, like it just has that movement to it.
Yeah, because of the footprint that it's 6 inches wide that you can weave in and out of things. It's really easy to maneuver. Again, it is 11 pounds. You do need some weight to it. If it didn't have any weight to it, then you would have to push down and do the work for it to be able to dig. Having that 11 pounds allows it to go ahead and dig into the soil for you, and all you do is guide it into place. That's all there is to it.
And again, I want to show you what this looks like from a video standpoint, because the other thing that separates Sunjoe for the price point is the quality of what you guys put in there.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about all steel blades here, the steel tines that you're seeing, 2.5 amp motor. All right, we don't need it any bigger to power this because it has all the power it needs. You can loosen the compacted soil, you can aerate and add those nutrients to it. It's awesome for planting, whether it's a garden or flower bed or anything like that. It is perfect for weeding because of that small footprint that you can go in and out. There's an ergonomic telescoping handle because we're all different sizes to make it comfortable for you.
Yeah.
It's not comfortable, you're not going to use it.
Right.
And it weighs about 11 pounds. You need the weight, put the weight to use, because otherwise, again, if this weighed nothing, it would be me doing the work again. I might as well get a shovel at that point.
Exactly. And I might as well not do it at that point, because a lot of us, I feel like, have great intentions with our garden, but then when it comes down to actually doing the work, it's really physically taxing.
Well,
so I think this is an option for $99.12 for you to get this home, because I think it would surprise you how many different uses there are for something like this.
Well, and that's it. Most people just think it's for the garden. It is for loosening the compacted soil. You can aerate and add the nutrients. It's great for planting. It's also awesome for weeding. I used mine last year because some areas in my yard, the grass had died. So I needed to get rid of the crabgrass and stuff like that. So I tilled it up, planted new grass seed, and now the lawn looks so much better. So I can't wait for this spring to see what it really looks like.
Couple of questions as it has started. Is it little snow? Is that what that is? Does anybody else see that? Well, it was there, and then you turned around and it wasn't there. I'm not seeing anything. There were visible signs of flurry. Vinny knows. He sees it. Okay, thank you. 1-800-500-7590. Couple questions.
Sure.
Because I think back to that like red Georgia clay. Do you have to rinse this off if you're dealing with particularly substantial?
You know what? That's the great thing. Everything is sealed down here. So if
Okay.
you want to go ahead and rinse it off when you're done,
Like
you
with the
can.
garden hose?
If you want to rinse it off with the garden hose, go ahead. All I do is usually just let it sit there.
Okay.
All right. If I
Yeah.
got some roots or stuff tangled in it, I pull them out. No big deal. But yeah, you can rinse it off if you want. Some people like to keep the tools nice and clean.
Yeah.
The steel blades, the great thing is about it, they're steel. They're going to last a long,
Perfect.
long time.
My next question with this is, because again, a lot of us are used